These are my 4 most effective daily posture exercises. So I want you to do these every morning. It'll take somewhere in the region of 5 minutes, and it's to fix the 2 main problems that we have with posture. First one being lordosis, where the spine is overly arched, we've got tight hip flexors, maybe pain in the lower back, and we're going to correct that posture. And the second posture is kyphosis, where the shoulders are rounded and the head's forward. And what we want to do is be able to pull that back, where the chin is in a nice stable position, the ribs are above the hips, so we're not sort of over expanding the rib cage. We can fix both of those things with 4 simple exercises. But the thing is, our lifestyle creates bad posture. We sit down most of the day. So we can't fix our posture by just changing how we live. We have to do corrective exercises. These are the best 4. Let's get in. There's going to be 1 strength and 1 stretching for both of those postural problems. Okay, so 1 strength and stretching for here, and then 1 strength and 1 stretching for here. Okay, so the first one is a strength exercise for the lordosis posture. And it looks real simple this, but it is crazy effective, right? So I'm going to go side on here. And what we want to do is have hand on stomach and hand on our back. And we want to tuck our pelvis forward by using our core and ab muscles. So we actually want glutes relaxed a little bit here if we can, instead of trying to squeeze through the pelvis. Okay, so we're going to move into that position here. And my favorite teaching point for this, it's almost like you're trying to zip up a jacket. So if we zip up your core, I want a gentle contraction through your core. Everything comes in nice and tight. We're trying to push our rib cage backwards, and we're trying to pull our pelvis in, stand as tall as we can, and we're going to take our arms up to 90 degrees here. And we're going to hold this as tight as we possibly can in our core for 20 seconds. If you can do this and holding your whole body weight through your abs as tight as possible for 20 seconds, that is a fantastic sign of good core strength there. So again, we just go through that movement, and we can do this where we relax, or we can do it where we're active in the core. Okay, so imagine zipping up. Okay, you're putting your jacket on, you're zipping it up, real tight, real tall, and that is it. We hold that posture for 20 seconds. So next is the stretching exercise for the lordotic posture. So what we want to do here is what's known as a bench hip flexor stretch. So if we get 1 foot up on a bench, the other foot comes out, what we want is to be able to get our hips as far back as we can, but then we want to come into that pelvic tilt again. So that movement when we were here, we don't want to be stretching here, which is what a lot of people do wrong. What we actually want to do is tuck that pelvis under again to get a stretch. And we hold that for 20 seconds again. So we're going to do this on both sides, and you can see here, we're not in this position. We're nice and tight, tucked with the pelvis here. And then to swap, all we do is we put both hands down, bring 1 leg up, bring 1 foot round. Same again, you can have hands on stomach and back or hips, where we just tuck the pelvis up, nice and tall. So we're opening up the hip flexors here. In the first exercise, we were strengthening the core, which is what we need to do. Now we're stretching and opening up the hips. So now we're moving into the 2 exercises for the upper body, for the kyphosis, okay? And we're going to start with a supine active press, right? Supine just means lay on the floor facing up, but we're going to be active through this position. So first of all, we're going to have palms facing up. We're going to squeeze shoulders back and down with about sort of 6 out of 10 intensity. Then go back into that pelvic tilt where the spine stays flat with a gentle chin tuck. So the core's staying quite active here, and we're actively pushing and bracing through the floor, and we want to hold that position for about 20 seconds. Okay, so working pretty hard in that position. We're pulling the shoulder blades back and down. We're trying to curve the pelvis up, gentle chin tuck, pushing the legs through the floor, the hands through the floor, and then we relax off. And then if we're going to go back into that again, we squeeze those shoulder blades back and down. We then do the pelvic tilt, press the back of the hands into the floor, gentle chin tuck, and we stay nice and contracted here. And if I was going to put 10 out of 10 effort through this, you can really work and go heavy, but we want about a 6 out of 10 so we can hold it for 20 seconds. Okay, so the fourth postural stretch is a pectoral stretch called a scorpion chest stretch. Because now we've just contracted the back, we now need to lengthen the chest. So this is a scorpion chest stretch. This is how we do it. We're going to lower our body down, and we're not going to be quite at 90 degrees here. We're going to just take the arm up, so it's almost like in a relaxed Y position, and we stretch one side of the chest at a time. So this way we're going to be stretching the left side. So we're going to put the right hand into the mat. We're going to rotate round onto our left side to open up our chest and to get a relatively deep chest stretch, but only go to a place where you can hold for 20 seconds. It's not about pushing and going as far as you can. We just want to go to a place where we can comfortably hold for 20 seconds. And then when we're done there, and we've done the 20 seconds on that side, we match the angle on the other side, and again, not at 90 degrees, just slightly soft, like a soft Y position. Left hand comes into the press up position, and then we push round, rotating onto the right side, so both sides of the chest get opened up. And then you would just come back round center, you would do both of those again, and that is your pectoral chest stretch. So to run through all of those exercises again, okay, we've got the standing posterior pelvic tilt, right? Hold for 20 seconds for 2 rounds. Then we have the bench hip flexor stretch, where you do each side for 20 seconds. Then we've got the active supine brace, where we're down on the floor, again, twice for 20 seconds. And just now we've got the scorpion chest stretch, which is 20 seconds each side. So the whole thing takes about 6 minutes with movement as well, maybe 6 or 7. Enjoy, your posture will never be better. Get that done every single morning when you wake up. That's the most effective time to get it done.